So we've got this congressional spectacle on the House floor where a Democratic Congress member from Detroit introduces a resolution to impeach Donald Trump.
Yep.
And things get pretty heated right away.
Right. I mean, the moment he steps up, there's this MAGA Republican representative, Wilson, who literally shouts, "Stop talking, stop talking." It's chaos in a nutshell.
Exactly. And what's striking is how this disruption isn't just theatrics. It really underscores the deep polarization in Congress. In one clip, a Democratic member gets restricted, but eventually manages to speak, and he introduces a resolution loaded with accusations from high crimes and misdemeanors to direct charges of accepting bribes and defying Supreme Court orders.
Yeah, and the language is super intense. He calls Trump a criminal, a felon, even a sexual abuser. It's like every possible allegation is thrown in there. It's raw and unfiltered.
Right, and then he lays out a pretty detailed agenda of impeachment articles. Obstruction of justice, violation of due process, and so on. It's like he's setting up a full dossier on what he sees as Trump's misconduct, almost like he wants to leave no stone unturned.
And what's interesting is that after that heavy political moment, there's this abrupt, unexpected pivot. We suddenly get this sponsored message about Just Thrive probiotic. Now, isn't that an odd transition from high-profile impeachment talk to gut health?
It really is bizarre. Like one moment we're in the thick of political combat, and then you're hit with an ad about like better digestion and energy. It's almost like you're switching channels in your brain.
Right. It almost sounds like there's this underlying commentary on how sometimes political narratives get overshadowed by commercial interests. And after the ad break, we go right back into the political fray, talking about, for instance, protests, Medicaid cuts, and even allegations of bribery from Qatar.
Yeah, so there's this whole section where the clips highlight GOP members talking about Trump accepting gifts like a jumbo jet from Qatar. And then there's this discussion on arms deals, which adds a whole other layer of complexity, right? I mean, it's like a tangled web of corruption allegations and political hyperbole.
And then there's this comparison between the way Trump and Biden are portrayed. The narrator criticizes the media for focusing on Biden's age while completely glossing over Trump's chaotic speeches. It's almost like nobody wants a proper debate on what's actually happening.
Yes, and here's where I respectfully have to challenge something. While it's clear the content is fiercely partisan, do you think the extreme language, like calling Trump a fraud and a bankrupter, really helps in persuading an undecided audience? Point. It might, over-polarize the conversation further.
I agree. I mean, using such hyperbolic language can be a double-edged sword. It rallies the base, sure, but it might also alienate moderates who are looking for reasoned debate on the issues.
Absolutely. And then there's also the part where the content criticizes the GOP for cutting off Democratic speeches. That provokes a strong statement about freedom of speech and the right to debate, foundational principles of democracy. It's like a reminder that even amid these attacks, there's a democracy at stake.
Exactly. And then later, when the clip shifts to discussing not just the resolution, but also allegations around Medicaid cuts and massive deficits from the GOP tax bill, it shows the broader policy battles that underpin these partisan debates. They're not just fighting over impeachment, they're waging a war over policy and the future of the country.
And the interjection of the ad for Just Thrive, as odd as it seems, might hint at the commercialization that intermingles with political news these days. I mean, how else do you explain such a jarring switch?
Exactly. It's like the political drama gets a commercial break before resuming, almost as if the economy and everyday health issues are being thrown into the mix to distract or broaden the appeal.
Yes, and then we get this whole segment where another Democratic leader, Hakeem Jeff, responds to questions about potential arrests and crossing red lines. It's a vivid display of the urgency and tension brewing behind the political rhetoric.
Right.
Sparks of determination mixed with a bit of fear for what might happen next.
And then there's the bit highlighting how corporate media tends to deflect from these hard-hitting charges by focusing on Biden's age or other softer issues. It really makes one ask, where is the accountability in all this?
Mm-hmm. Indeed. It's almost like the narrative is constructed to avoid uncomfortable truths about corruption and power abuses. And despite the profound accusations, the media seems to gloss over them in favor of the safe topics. It definitely leaves a lot to question.
So, in wrapping up, this entire content piece is a roller coaster, mixing impeachment drama, fierce political rhetoric, provocative allegations on corruption, and even unexpected commercial breaks. It reflects deeply polarized political times where each side battles with extreme measures, both in policy and in language.
Absolutely. It's like a microcosm of today's political climate. Erratic, unfiltered, sometimes absurd, but undeniably impactful. And as contentious as it is, it definitely gives us plenty to discuss.
No doubt. And though the rhetoric is extreme, it brings forward important debates about accountability, freedom of speech, and the role of media in shaping political narratives. It's a lot to unpack, and it leaves us with more questions than answers.
Exactly. And that unpredictability is what makes this political discourse both fascinating and exhausting at the same time. Well, that's our deep dive into a very charged moment on the House floor. Truly a peek into the chaos of modern politics.
Certainly. Thanks for breaking it down with me. And hey, if you're as intrigued by these political maneuvers as we are, keep questioning and stay engaged.